Hey guys, here with Geist, testing out Reflection as an alternative to playing Forger. And this is a pretty good hand. If we draw a permit, it'll be insane. Otherwise, it'll be, just pretty good. Up against HB, so we usually have time for unrolled contacts to be pretty good. And you can usually de-res their ice with Crescentus a few times, and they don't like that. The difficulty is that you can't really afford to trash a lot of their assets. If there's an Eve campaign running, it probably just gets to run. I am trying 3 bank job in this list to fight that. But it doesn't always work out for us. I don't always draw them, etc. The other thing is that they can stack like Turings, and then your crowbars run out pretty quickly. I've tried playing Peacock, which can break Turing for 4. Thing is, that's still a lot of money, especially when you put 3 to install in the first place. So I'm not sure that Peacock is the right way to go. Certainly it does trick them if they think that you are not able to get through code gates. You can plop that down and just cruise in. So late game, it's fine if you have this money coming in from tech traders and you're on a ruled contact. Interesting start. Guess he's going to fix his hand up a little bit. If we draw like a political operative, we can maybe get in HQ, instantly trash this, and then run the agenda, for example. So there's some tricks you can do with that kind of thing. We can go really hard on R&D here. I usually don't, but I feel like he may have no ice. And the fact that we have this money in our hand is going to make us able to recover from this. We see a Cyberdex. That's unfortunate. Let's go just give you put an agenda in the bin. No archive memories. All right. Well, that could have gone worse for our medium, but I think it's pretty recoverable. If he's running a lot of bioroids, you can maybe just click through a few times and see some cards. He's not on the mulligan though, so his hand can't be that bad. Maybe he's got a bunch of money in there. Kind of unclear, but what his game plan is. Now there's another face down. Could try to flush that out, but he iced his jack, so he probably wants to keep it. Maybe we'll sit tight for a turn. I don't want to pop these until I get like a tech trader out. They're okay in an emergency, but ideally you can wait for more value. Not totally sure if this is better than playing like a sure gamble. Their synergy was there with the off-campus apartment where you get a draw, but you can also sit in your hand for too long when you don't have a link source. So maybe playing like a Dirty Laundry is better, or a sure gamble, just for that immediate payout. So he's found a Breaker Bay and an Eve, it looks like. Can we find ourselves a... No. Really not finding much here. Leaving the Cyberdex in there, and this Chrysium as well. Okay. Fair enough. Political offer is probably okay. I doubt he has enough non-Turing code gates for this passport to be very good. Yeah, there's the Eve. That's fantastic for him. Yeah, we're really stumbling here. If we don't draw anything exciting this click, which we don't, Probably have to cycle and try to find some juice. Really doesn't count. Oh man, this could not be worse right now. I guess we'll play out the cards we can play out, but it's looking rocky with no off-campus and no link source. I think I might cut this on a world contact. I think it's late game. It's kind of the recurring money you can use. But you also could just levy, and then if you had put a bunch of burst eco on your deck, you'd get on the second pass through very efficiently. We maybe just face check HQ, see if we can get our Utopia down. See if we can get our political operatives down. Going very horizontal. Not too often you see 3 remotes coming up, but I guess he must have 2 EVE campaigns or something. Doesn't want to clog his scoring remote for too many turns. Could be agendas again. Let's just see what we got in here. Hopefully it's not like an assassin. Yeah, we're going through. We got to draw out of this. I bring this down. There we go. Let's run the archive, see if we can get this Jackson to pop. We could have put the political opera down and just popped it immediately, but that could be a 3rd Jackson. I don't know. We may be able to lock him out in the late game. Whoops, that's not what I meant to do. I'll show that, but I meant to put both of these down since it's time we can do that. So if we can get some credits together, we can actually handle a Caprice this way. If we can't get credits together, then we'll just flail about helplessly. Yeah, okay, another campaign. Did the late res on it, so he's going to fix it up manually. That's fine. Technically, you get to see what your card is. So he got hidden information in a tournament that would not fly for me. But it's fine here. Sometimes seeing this 6th card you draw, your mandatory, isn't have to decide like, oh, actually, I do want to res this or I don't want to res this. So you can't let people just res stuff out of turn when they've seen new info. So I guess this is the turn we can just slam through it, but we can't really deal with much in the way of paying trash costs of res cards. So yeah, changes I'd be looking at, putting dirty laundry in, or even sure gamble as ways to kickstart the early game. And they're good against Near Earth Hub as well, which is a matchup that is never fun for Geist. To some extent, you have to decide whether you want to beat Glacier or NEH. So there's always trade-offs. But I'm not sure this is even good enough against Glacier, because like right now it's just a dead card. Early on, you almost can't pay $2 to get going because you need to cycle through your hand as fast as possible. He's probably looking up how the ruling works. So I guess we'll take this time and look at the deck list a little bit. So I put 2 reflection in, so the Forger, and then I put the Dyson into a global sec. Just because it's cheaper, $1 early on for your link to be set up is pretty nice. The inside job actually has done quite a bit of work for us. So also a card I'd love to have more of, but the deck slots are incredibly tight if you play these breaking entering breakers. Which you don't have to, but I feel if you don't have enough triggers for Geist. You should just play Andy in that kind of situation. Yeah, so he's jamming something behind. I think we gotta try to call this bluff and see if this is actually anything exciting. We can click through an Eli now, click through an Ichi. So if this is Ash, we're gonna get bounced, unfortunately. Our spike is not gonna cut it for us here. So what can we find that helps us? So now this is too expensive to get our link down. Okay, whoops, I overdrew too much. Probably the sneak door is a little pricey. We can probably go in the front. This bank job is now super late, so I'm guessing that's an Ash in there. Let's kind of hope that he drew a agenda we can pick up here. No luck. We got 2 decent ice. What's the bank job going to do for us? Not a ton right now. We can force the res on both these remotes for whatever that's worth. Problem, he's got a lot of money. Also can spend 4 clicks to make 7 if we just click through this Eli, which I don't love. All right, let's see if we can get a res on something that doesn't want to res and has to res here. Definitely a card that's better against NEH. Usually it's kind of okay here. Eli again. Man, it's not that economical. I think I actually want to spike this. I'm gonna get to draw, go through, and let's do our bank job. Yeah, that's good enough. Get our link on, get our underworld contacts on. Credits to trash the Ash now. Problem is he can really stack ice in his server 1. He can just score again. Keeping the password would have been better in the end. That would have allowed us to run HQ last click for a credit. I would have made him put a second ice in HQ if there's anything in there we care about. Just not sure we can afford to spend clicks running instead of just drawing. Yeah, this makes sense. Just go for the scorer, I think, if he has an agenda. Maybe he doesn't have one. Let's see if we can get crowbar or something. Very late apartment. Apartment's still worth playing. I don't want to get a breaker on the table. We have the inside job, which we can maybe get into a server with. Problem is guessing. Okay, he's going to push for it. We can play Fall Guy for extra credits. Yeah, we got to go after this. We're just going to no-res his Ash, which is great for us. I mean, can this be a June bug? I guess technically it could be a June bug. He's going to lose his Ash anyway, so he might as well res, I would think. We could even cancel it if we need to. Yeah, you're just not going to use. Well, I guess on the off chance this is a June bug. Let's see what this is. Nice. The food is ours. Let's say we don't trash him. When we already have 2 link, we could get 3 link later. I think it's a waste of credits. I think we're better off to just charge up our breaker power. Okay, he's going to shove again. So if this is Turing, then we won't be able to get in. If there's Ichi, that's pretty bad too. That one probably has to go through. Now the question is, do we try to get a legwork now? It's probably too early. There's 2 Jacksons are gone, so even if this is a beta test, he probably can't fire safely. No, he can. He's archived in his hand. So there's danger of a safe beta test going off. That's not good. If we draw a breaker, install 2 breakers, we're still short. Yeah, not much you can do here. That one's going to go through. Yeah, let's not show our crowbar yet. Sales team, NAPD contract, okay. So I think if he had a better one, he would have put it. Croter, is that good? Yeah, that's kind of okay. We have plenty of MU now. We're definitely in the remote lock plan. So we get our crowbar up, we can run through the Turing once. Love to see Crescent disappear again. plop the breakaway grid. We really should have done this earlier if we're going to, because he could have res now, but I think it's actually worth it. Tech traders both fire. That's decent. Now he's short 5 creds if he had an Eve campaign in there. So I think we just keep the remote lock going. That's a good draw. Yeah. We could plot that, but then the Ash is online again. So probably not worth it. So we can go server 2 now and fight this Eve. Gives him a scoring window, unfortunately. So does he have double Turing is our question now. Because if we think it's double Turing, what we want to do is just run first click and go in. Click through the first Turing, break the second Turing. I think we have to try this one. I don't think we can afford to put the Crescentis down. Double Turing is highly likely at this stage. Like ideally you would have this and we'd be able to de-res at least a $4 ice, but time is of the essence here. Yeah, I'm very concerned that this is also a Turing Enigma. Nice. So he tried to trick us and get us in here, but we're going to be able to bust this time. We pay 4, or we use our spike, because we're going to have to just discard a good card if we use our spike here. I actually think I want to pay 4. We still have enough. Yeah, we'll cancel this. NAPD again, probably. Yeah, it is. So we kind of got drained out. And then the Ash can stay. Gonna be unable to fight this Eve this turn. Oh well, at least we're not losing any cards. We'll be able to pitch our apartment. We can bank job, Crescentis, get the bank job to resolve. That's not bad. And maybe kill the Eve, or we can think about what we want to do. So now we can have double Ash, and double Ash will work here. Will it? Oh, timing structure stuff. Gotta figure out if there's, I don't think there's a thing on here. All right, so if he reses, yeah, he can res the other one after I pull out the first one, unfortunately. Get another spike, that's nice to see. And we get to get loaded again. I almost want to plop this right now. He doesn't get his money. There's 2 ash anyway. I think this is right. Yeah, that's good. 1 legwork should be enough for us here. I want both breakers. Let's see if he gets a score here. Okay, just gonna res money in there. So legwork starts to get juicy. We know this is Enigma, so we need to find our 3rd crowbar. Probably gonna be unable to fight this Adonis until it runs out. Hazard of hitting sentries early, so he just doesn't have any to use our shivs on, which is unfortunate. All right, what do we see? Peddler, same old crowbar. Okay, well, we actually need this crowbar. I don't think he's gonna override it yet, so I think we have another turn. Bank job, tech trader. Okay. Bank job's pretty good. Extra draw, okay. Giving this bank job is probably unnecessary. We're gonna make money enough that the tech trader is gonna be the long-term plan. That saves us from having to run into one of these ice again. I want to save this spike for this Eli. Okay, I've lost track of what's happening here. Maybe he's Ash and Caprice now. Not sure what's going on there. Okay. Sketchy. he's on 13, possibly has multiple code gates here. Some weird stuff has happened here. He's installed an agenda. I guess we run with a face check. He can't really keep us out, because we're going to get money from the spike and from the peddler and the shiv. Okay. So this is another Turing. So that's the question. Or even another code gate. Yeah, that's bad news. That's going to keep us out. Don't have an app man or anything fancy here. Triple code gate being the problem, being the exploitable weakness in this thing. Of course, if this was like a zoo, we would still be paying $1 jillion to go through this remote anyway. So that's going to go. Meaning we want to kind of get our move on with a medium dig. So let's hope his money will run out. Or we could legwork. I think the R&D is probably better. If he is each year architect, he really can't res it. Or he can res it, and we'll just end up losing 4 credits while we gain many credits. Should have took the tech trader out already, but missed it. Yeah, I guess better late than never, right? So we'll get our tech trader here. No point hosting it, really. Breaker Bay grid, yeah, we will get rid of that. I think we just keep running. Get fresh ones, or we could legwork this turn. He's got to be scoring this turn. I don't think there's like, both of those things are not upgrades. Doesn't want to res now. No Crescentis though. Maybe he's worried about it. No, it's 2 in the bin, so there can't be more. I don't know. Hedge and Jackson. Okay. Well, this medium dig might go if he spends all his money scoring. Oh, he's got a hedge fund. Too bad. For unseen. Really? Oh, we get another CVS, I bet. That's gotta be what it is. So this is like 3 to break architect. We're gonna get purged anyway. I think it's worth putting this on the table. Okay. So he still theoretically has his breaker bay in here, according to whatever bug has occurred. And we're gonna lose our medium. Womp womp. Show me an agenda. Yeah, that's an agenda. So we can go once more for 2 cards. Costing us $3. That's not bad. Or we can fire the legwork too. I bet the legwork would go through. At least he'll be poor. Oops. Oops, the reflection showed Ichi 1.0. That's kind of a fail. Well, I guess he's not saying anything, so we'll go with it. Oh, no problem. Excellent. So he doesn't have any agendas, or he would have tried. We levy here. We probably levy. We can get peddlers, councilmans, crescendos again. Even the Shiv is like pretty crazy economy for us. We can do like host peddler, run Shiv, go in twice. Seems all right. Yeah, killing that Eve without having to fight this ice was definitely really strong. I just don't know if we should have found a way to make him also res this ice to defend it. Probably wouldn't have. I don't know. Political operative did work, but probably could have done more work for us. Still getting the hang of how to properly use him. Sure, he doesn't have more hedge funds. So we get Ichi, Biotic, Vikram, and Unknown card. Oof, not a great turn for him. So let's see what Peddler brings us. Crowbar, same old Crescentus. Oh, that's fantastic. Let's hit up the old R&D. Peddler flips Crescentus. We make 3 credits. Bust up the Architect, make 3 credits, or make 6 credits total. Like the late game of this is just so strong. Let's see, 2 cards. Ash. No, he can draw that. I don't think it helps him enough that he can do much with it. Crescendo's online again. We're just gonna keep pounding in this R&D till he's out of money. He needs the Dream beta test to go now. Oh no, he's gonna play the Ash. Okay. Well, he didn't pre-res it, and really it would trash his Ash anyway, so let's open up this for a draw, Crescentus. Okay, that's actually pretty good for us. And let's go get our R&D. So we can shiv this and Crescentus it. We'll run issues eventually, but the Mongoose, we'll keep this one if he wants to ever get both rezzed again. Oh, just not going to do anything about it. Maybe it's under CVS then. So we'll get the cards from the deck first. Yeah, that's game there. Yeah, it was just the Ash bluff. So we struggled a lot in the early game. I think there was more we could do with our deck to make the early game smooth. But when it comes to late game, when you have these 3 tech traders, it's like what Kate had, the old prepaid engine. everything you do just makes extra money. Like being able to go in here and get paid 6 to de-res a crescent or de-res an architect. That's just so gross. I really like it. So we'll look at some tweaks to bring the tempo up a little bit. I think this can probably have game against most decks. Not all, but most decks. Thanks for